Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk. We're going to sit here and talk over some things that's happening. Man, there's a lot going on right now, Bo.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, we
statewide,
have news.
worldwide, and local wide.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary if you're trying to keep up with what's going on around here. One of the biggest news stories probably in the last 20 years is taking place, and it's something new every day on this Uncle Nearest case.
It is.
I know Monday they go to court and talk about all that. Josh made a post today on another filing and put a video up.
Just reporting the filings. I mean, that's just public record, and that's what it does. This last report, it just didn't look too good. Monday they'll be back in court and handle it. But yeah, it's been nonstop since. I hate it for Shelbyville. To put it in an example, it'd be like, and you said this earlier, Jack Daniels going. The same thing occurring to Jack Daniels in Moore County.
I know a lot of people ask why do we keep posting this? Because there's something new every day coming out.
It's just news that's been publicly released that are transferring over to the public.
It has a lot of impact on Bedford County and Shelbyville.
It does, and there's no personality attached to it. It's just what's happening.
Yeah,
and it's just being reported, and people comment crazy. We can't control that a lot of times, but we're just reporting what's happening. It's sad. I hate it, but that's where we're at. So we'll see what's to come. Thanks for Josh Blevins for staying on top of this since day one.
Yep. We're going to take a break here, and before we dive into everything we've got to talk about today, and we're going to hear from Norris Plumbing. We appreciate Norris, and
yes, we do.
Being a sponsor here, long time generational company.
Yes, Bedford County,
for all your plumbing needs. Let's hear from them. We'll be right back.
Norris Plumbing has been serving our community for 3 generations, providing reliable solutions for every plumbing need. From water heaters and water lines to kitchens, baths, and complete repiping, our team delivers quality workmanship you can trust. Professional service means arriving on time, explaining the problem, and completing the job with precision. At Norris Plumbing, we stand behind our work because your home deserves the very best. Call Norris Plumbing today at 931-703-5915. Norris Plumbing, trusted, professional, dependable.
All righty. Welcome back in here to Real Talk. And we've got a couple issues that we'll talk about. Right now, there's been some announcements of water problems. Of course, it's ongoing in Wartrace and Bell Buckle in that area of the county. I'm sure everybody's aware of it because you're going through it. They posted today, Wartrace did and Bell Buckle did, about the need to conserve because of a supply due to high demand, wintertime high demand. I didn't know we had high demand during wintertime, Bo.
Apparently something with the water, when it gets cold and there's high demand, there's some type of mechanism that's not working right.
Well, where's the high demand though? That's what I don't understand.
I don't know. Maybe people are making ice. I don't know.
Taking more baths.
More baths, staying clean and warm. Maybe they're using the water for warmth. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You would think you would use it more in the summertime because
some of the stuff coming out early on this was a little confusing. It was a question of whether it was a mechanical issue or supply issue. And thanks to Commissioner in District 1, Eric Maddox, he kind of cleared things up and got the communication flowing right. So we actually know that upstream in the Duck River, there's a possibility there is a mechanical problem. I guess a pump or some sort of apparatus to deliver the water is possibly having some issues. And now it's going to take a little time for this to get repaired. And there's probably going to be a shut off at some point when they get ready to repair this. In the meantime, they can't supply the demand. And I didn't know that during the wintertime we use more water. I thought naturally it was in the summertime that we use more water because people mowing the grass, watering the lawns, washing cars, filling up swimming pools, all types of stuff like that. So I don't know.
I'm not sure of the ins and outs, but I do know that it is something that they've recommended to kind of conserve a little bit. They haven't put a mandate out yet, but they're just telling everybody to conserve. I mean, Wartrace, we know historically the water supply, there's been issues. So that's something they've got to keep their eye on constantly. I mean, the life source here, we're talking about water. We're talking about something very important here, but this is not to do with the what they've got in the ground right now around War Trace. This is something up the stream.
Yeah.
Well,
here's the issue.
We know that there are
when you
issues
start having to look at your consumption, and 60% of your lines or 60% of the water coming in is getting blown out because it leaks like a screen door. I mean, there's issues that still have to be fixed there, and who's going to pay for it?
Well, that's the thing, and you know, Governor Lee did a mandate, and I know War Trace received this and gave them a timetable to start this regionalization type deal, where other type of water departments or utilities take over, or you know, negotiate. Maybe War Trace runs their stuff, and another entity comes in and runs it. He has the governor has encouraged these talks to start, and I believe talking to Mr. Batchelor today in War Trace, an alderman there, that those discussions have started. I don't know how intense. I don't know how many they've gone to. I do know one party that they've gone to just to see how that would work. There are several ways that regionalization can work on the ownership front, but that's one thing that they have to look at, and that's one way that can help.
That's about supplying the water, but I mean, if you're a utility company, I know you sell it, and if you're a utility company buying it, and you got to sell it to your customers, and you're losing half of it into the ground, that's not a profitable situation. And the quicker you get those leaks fixed, the better the economics start looking. But you got to be able to take some money from somewhere and fix it, and it's going to cost millions of dollars to fix that.
And that's where I think they're looking at the first step of that regionalization, as Mr. Baxter said, would be to get the main in the ground lines fixed first, and then start the supply. Exactly. That's the question. I mean, there's some state dollars, there's grants here. They've just recently, you know, had a grant that they've used on maintenance and upkeep. They've done some repairs here recently on some of this. They're staying on top of it. The new leadership, the new representation there is very that's something very important to them. This water situation, I know it is to Mr. Batchelor. It's something that's really a priority on his list, and he has confidence that he can find ways. But he knows that this is going to be a long-term deal, and he, you know, that's what you hate. You wish you could do something right now, but apparently, you know, the way it works,
that's a problem, because
the slow wheel of the government is against the citizen.
It's economic, and this is a company, basically a utility company, that's got to deal with their problems. So the question is, how high will the rates get in order to repair the problems, and will it run people away? And if you run people away, what happens to the real estate value there? Are people going to start digging wells?
Yeah, I don't think it would run people away. It would change options. Wells would be the other option, and that's an option right now that anybody could take advantage of. But then again, there may not be good water.
There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. Yeah. So that could be something that happened if they don't get this under control. I mean, clean water, you don't want any boil notices. Luckily that hasn't happened lately.
How many people are drinking water that comes out of the faucet anyway?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody.
I don't know of anybody that drinks out of water. There might be somebody out there watching that drinks out of the faucet.
Some people get the Britas and they put the water in there, and then when it pours it out, it filters a little bit. Yeah, but I don't drink it. I don't. I mean, every now and then, when I'm real thirsty, I'll come in and right out of the.
Yeah, but, I'm afraid to rinse my mouth out when I had to brush my teeth with it. Well, I got a bottle of water next to my sink to rinse.
And that's just not here in Bradford County. I think that's everywhere. Publicly. Yeah, anywhere it's public water. We don't know what's in it. We're told what's in it, and some of the things we're told that are in it.
If you got that many leaks and that many breaches in your lines, you're going to get sediment in there. And I've talked to people that live in that area. One guy in particular said, I turned the faucet on the other day. My water was brown. He said, I thought it was a sewer coming through my water line.
I've heard that before too. And that has to do with, could be sediment, but those old pipes going through there. And one of the most important things that War Trace need, the priority would be the mapping and knowing exactly where every water, and over the years, it's kind of gotten lost in translation. They're trying every day to get back on it and get this thing, rolling right. But I don't know if they can do it alone. I mean, that's the question. This is something that I know that they want to be able to do, but
it's their baby.
It is their baby.
All right. So if I were over there and had to work on that, I'd probably just be praying every night.
I would be praying every night.
I mean, seriously, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I mean, you got to keep the people informed too. And I appreciate Commissioner Maddox for, going out his way to kind of getting that out. That's one of the things that they need to do is just to be honest and know the problem they have. You know, they've got an issue.
I think everybody does.
We need to talk about it, and we need to fix it. It's the priority. I think that they're all on board with that. So, but it's good to know that they are starting something to get, maybe at the end of this day, there'll be water flowing free.
Yeah, about all this consolidation and stuff and the regionalization of water supplies. I mean, it don't matter where their water's coming from. If it's blowing out in the ground somewhere because of all these leaks, that ain't gonna matter. They're gonna always have a problem because they're going upside down because they're selling water for X, and they're automatically getting chopped in half with what's getting out to the end user.
Their rates are already higher than
are they? I don't know.
I'd actually they are because of probably that very problem. I did read something today about where that does happen. It's a rural area. It's harder to get water there. But then let's talk about the overall picture. I mean, we've had years of drought. We've had years of dry weather. I mean, there's that whole issue of pulling from the rivers. The waters are the sources going to dry up.
Here's the thing. We've had years of drought and we've had years of flooding.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's just cycles that things go through.
Yes.
You got to take your average pool level, wherever it is, and figure out how much you can draw off that before it gets dangerous to draw it any deeper and any further. And Bill Lee, the governor of Tennessee, has made a mandate to preserve the aquatics of Duck River because it's a crown jewel in Tennessee.
It is.
And that's where we're at.
Yeah, and it's our crown jewel that we happen to get our water from.
If we keep sucking it out of there, we ain't going to do anything that Bill Lee wants us to do. We're going to lose this river.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's something that we're dealing with right now. We talked about the other day. We can't do a show without mentioning growth. Well, here we are again. We are growing, and you know, your definition of growth may be whatever, but population increase or more water taps is going to be more from
more water taps.
More water taps.
That's
a good
tap. Everybody's tapping.
Yeah, everybody's tapping, and there's a lot of tap dancing and tapping. But there's a lot already approved in the city. I mean, a lot of houses, and if they were today magically built,
I know, we wouldn't have water. Tyson's would be having to shut down. They're drawing 2 million a day.
I mean, it just the math doesn't add up, but. I don't know. I mean, I think that many of the representatives around here are recognizing that and are trying to make it, keep our character. That's what we've talked about a lot. Preserve, keeping the character.
Dry Duck River ain't part of our character.
No, the Dry Duck River would be the downfall of Bedford County. That is our crown jewel. I mean, we've got other great things around here. I'm not saying, but it's the lifeblood.
Let's talk about this. All right. I saw this the other day. I saw the Shelbyville Bedford Partnership Tourism Division come out with a new slogan called Walking Horse Country. The Tennessee Walking Horse is our notoriety. We used to be called the Pencil City. That kind of faded. Now we are capital of the world walking horse wise, and that's had some stress on it lately. Hopefully that builds back up. That is a destination for a lot of horse owners and horse enthusiasts, yes. But then I look at the Duck River as our next big draw because of its diversity. And at one time, there were a lot of kayakers going up and down this thing. Mm-hmm. They would put in over here on the east part of Bedford and come back all the way into all the way probably on the Otelama Highway Bridge and float the river. They were kayaking. All right. So then you have built our Riverview district overlooking the Duck River. Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you look down there and there's just a pile of gravel one day? I mean, that's not an attraction.
No, like a dried up creek bed. No, we don't need
that.
No, we've got to realize that, and a lot of it's dependent on what the Lord gives us. I mean,
I know
it's all
that,
dependent
but it's also dependent on what we're sucking out.
You're exactly right. It's a two-way street there.
Man, this morning I got to thinking about it. I was in the shower and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna cut this off for a minute." I mean, I'm watching things.
Well, that's where we don't want to get, like we're California in the mandates where they have to conserve. I want to still be able to. They're going to
shut us off eventually.
Yeah, no, we don't want to get there.
We're headed there.
I mean, we don't. Well, okay. I'm still going to take my showers.
I know. And here's the thing: when you get to the point to where you start hearing this talk, it's the signs and the hints and maybe a little clue that we've got a problem right now. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to admit we've got a problem.
No, you're
okay.
You're exactly
and
right.
the problem is we're okay this moment, but where are we 5 years from now?
And that's where we've got to look, because without that, I mean, this is where we get kind of where we are now. You know, we've got wide open, the wild, wild west of development pretty much. And it's trying to rein that in, you know, not because, you know, developers have rights and, you know, of course they practice them, but then again, when you've got loose standards, then you can lose the character of your town just like that. It can happen.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. I mean, you know, I just don't want a big housing county. I think
that's
we're better than
headed.
that.
That's where we're headed, but we can change it.
We can.
The people can change it. All right. So I remember this one time talking about looking down the road. My dad was teaching me how to drive, and he's in the car with me, and he said, man, he said, where are you looking at while you're driving? I said, right out there. And I pointed right out the end of the hood. And he said, no wonder you're swerving everywhere. He said, you can't be running this fast and be looking there. He said, look out there.
That's right.
He said, because what's going to happen down the road is very important.
That's a great way to look at it. That's a good example.
And that's
of
exactly
what we need
right
to do.
now. We're looking just right above the dash, right over the hood of the car. Instead of down there on the horizon of what traffic's ahead.
Well, and the ones that are looking ahead, they get called crazy, you know, and really they're just being responsible and they're you know, seeing things.
We got a comment. Adam Smith is talking about the developments and all that. And check out info on Columbia and Spring Hill water problems. Yeah, they have a huge problem because Spring Hill is sucking it dry.
And the Columbia Dam didn't get built because of the snail darter.
But you got to use some common sense that if I just like this is about empty right here. If I stick a straw in it and I give you a straw in it, I give somebody, it ain't gonna last long.
No, it ain't.
Right, so
not unless somebody's double, you know, spitting it back
I'm
in.
gonna talk about one other thing here that Adam's talking about. Let's look at Lobelville, Tennessee. WSMV TV out of Nashville put out a story this morning about that little community. Same situation. So it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And Tennessee has been invaded.
And
okay,
let's not think that Shelbyville can't be. You know, I'm not saying we are, but let's, you know, that's kind of a wise word to say. This is not just happening in War Trace. You're exactly right. It's happening all across our fine state.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the breaking news today. Josh put out in more detail the Uncle Nearest situation, what's coming next. We will be covering this on Saturday, but we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on today, what was put out today. We'll be right back after we hear from Norris Plumbing.
Norris Plumbing has been serving our community for 3 generations, providing reliable solutions for every plumbing need. From water heaters and water lines to kitchens, baths, and complete repiping, our team delivers quality workmanship you can trust. Professional service means arriving on time, explaining the problem, and completing the job with precision. At Norris Plumbing, we stand behind our work because your home deserves the very best. Call Norris Plumbing today at 931-703-5915. Norris Plumbing, trusted, professional, dependable.
All righty, welcome back in here to Real Talk. Bo, today, Josh did publish, as we mentioned earlier, the latest in the Uncle Nearest situation. The defendants in the case have requested that the judge remove the receivership because of all the stuff that they're doing. It's making the business worthless. Well, I saw the video that was posted, and I look at that, and I'm going, oh, what? Are you kidding me? All right. We won't try to make this an issue down another path to where she's a victim. The victimhood stuff ain't going to work. When you owe $120 million and there's people coming to get it, they ain't going to let up. The judge ain't going to take this receiver and say, you're out.
Right. I mean,
he's pretty much going to go by the book, I believe.
I would think that the receiver, I mean, I would hope and think that the receiver is acting, you know, in a responsible in his capacity, and he is finding, you know, a lot of things that is probably not so, doesn't make the defendants look so well, right? So they won't, they say he's
it is
not
what
doing
it
that.
is.
It is what it is, and at the bottom, you know, the bottom line is, you know, it's a default, right? It's a default.
It could be ending up that way. They hadn't paid. All right, that's obvious. It's documented. There's a whole bunch of shell companies all over the place
Mhm.
that's had money here, go in there. You can read the filings. I'm not going to go through all
Right.
that, but the bottom line of this, like we said a little bit earlier at the opening of the show, is that this is an issue for the city of Shelbyville and Bedford County, and it gives us a black eye.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not good for that to close down out there and be auctioned off or sold off as development property when you've got that venue sitting there
Yes.
that could possibly, it could possibly make money one day.
Oh, no doubt. It cash is coming in, money's coming into that place.
Not no more.
Well, not
They
anymore.
basically shut it down.
But it was. I mean, it could be
a
made.
little bit.
If you don't over borrow and you stack that money.
I think that a business like that can't just be. Somebody posted today. I mean, you don't build a brand in this length of time. A legacy heritage brand takes 50 years
or more.
50 years of history, and after 5, 6, 7 years, you start trying to be somebody that's 100-year-old brand.
Yeah.
It's going to suck you dry. You got to look at the real numbers that's coming in, and you got to look at the real numbers that's going out.
Right.
And then you got another vacuum cleaner hooked up over here sucking the cash out for nonsense.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Living the high life.
Yeah.
That thing right there is going to fail every time, Bo.
Every time.
They're down to 3 nights a week serving alcohol only.
Well, you're exactly right. That's where.
And if I were to guess, the only thing they're serving is Uncle Nearest whiskey.
I would say so, and that's another thing. It wasn't made on site there. That was kind of always a detachment of things that it's.
But tried to represent that it did.
Yeah, and that is a misrepresentation. But like you said, it's not good for Bedford County, Shelbyville. It is something that's big news, and it's something that needs to be talked about, just like we talk about any other thing. I mean, it's a big part. This was a big part. This is a big deal. So we'll just see what happens Monday. I believe they'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be in Knoxville in court, and I'm sure we'll hear something pretty quick off that. And I'm sure there's going to be a week of news turmoil next week. Who knows? All right, and now, Bo, I've been accused of being negative on everything. Let me just say this. All right, for the record, I am bullish on Bedford County. I said it with Brent Smith the other day. He said it. I said it on the show before that. There's a lot of stuff that's happening that's good in Bedford County. And one thing that's good, Bo, is the temperature is about to get up to 55 degrees. Okay? That's one good thing that's happening.
It is my bullish
There's
friend.
our rainbows and our unicorns. It's getting up to 55 degrees, and there's better weather coming.
And
look out. It's still winter.
Oh, it's still winter. Don't get March will be here. And look, and some good news that I'll just bring up that in the future that I know that it'll be shared with the public, and people have heard about the Bridge Bedford deal that's
something
going
positive going on right there.
I got a little bit more info on it the other day. I met with Brian Cruz, and I wanted to know more about it.
We didn't have Brian on here. Let him tell the story to everybody.
Yes, and he mentioned that, and in the future he will. But this is a really good positive thing.
Have you taken the survey yet?
Oh yes, I've taken the survey,
and
they had good participation in that.
But it needs to keep on.
A lot of people needed more.
It's hard to get news out like that in the noise. Okay, so you've got Bridge Bedford, and I want him to come on, or somebody from the organization, maybe Karen Thrasher, or somebody, just sit down, or both of them, and just tell their vision for what they're trying to do here. Because honestly, a group like this coming together, and the first thing they do is start polling the general public. The general public can get behind it. But when a group comes in, Bo, and they keep everything secret, and they want to say they're smarter than everybody else, and we know best what's best for the county, and they don't go ask the common man that's out there working, beating his brow in to make a living, what they see happening or what they would like to see happen in Bedford County, you're going to lose any kind of support.
Yeah, that's a business approach. This is a heart. Bridge Bedford is a heart approach. It has. I just know, and Brian can talk, and Karen can talk way about it. I'm not going to steal their thunder on it, but it is from the heart. It's good. It's serving. It's with the servant's heart. Like neighbors working. It's pretty much a boots on the ground type of deal. But it's also so much more. There's a lot of exciting things to come in the future. But I just wanted to let everybody know that that's some good news.
Some other good news. In about 3 weeks, we're going to have Cooper Christian Academy. We're going to have a representative from the school, we're going to get an update on what's going on. We're going to get some outlook for what's going to happen in the future as far as enrollments, what classes are, what grades they're going to have, what their capacity is going to be. We're going to talk to a gentleman that's in charge of that situation.
Well, that's great.
And we're going to hear from them. So that's something positive.
That's
also,
something very positive.
Saturday, we will have on our sports show, Bedford County Sports Talk Live, we will have Robert Bailey, who signed yesterday with Austin Peay State University.
Congratulations, that young man.
So we're going to hear from him. He will be on the show. And actually, I probably got kicked off the show, and he's going to take my spot.
Yeah, well, they should kick you off every now and then. You bully. He's a bull. He's a Bedford County bull. That's what he is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to argue with him about it. He's got the seat, man.
Hey, he's something.
He can sit right here.
I'm proud for that young man, and I wish him nothing but the best. He's worked hard, and he's deserved it. I don't know him personally, but I've seen him play, and I've seen his attitude.
Good young man.
Yes.
Good young man. So
yes.
We wish him well. Other stuff that's going on in the area. I know there's a lot of events that are going to be starting to announce for the spring. We're trying to post everything that we see coming up. There's a lot of benefit things happening. And just check our Facebook feed.
Yeah, always check it.
It's nonstop. It's just like nonstop. Bo.
That's right. Yeah, and you're right. Spring coming up. There's all kinds. That's when we like to get out. We're getting tired of this cold. We're going to shake the cold off pretty soon. But stay tuned because Shelbyville now is very good at posting all these things. And I've heard a lot of people talk and say, I wake up in the morning and I check what's going on because there's always some new posts.
First thing we try to do is get the weather forecast out, the National Weather Service forecast. And we make sure the obituaries are updated. And we do have an update today and I hadn't posted yet, but that'll be coming out. It's unfortunate, but we thank Doak House for sponsoring that service.
Yes,
and our scanner is hopping nonstop.
Shelbyville Police, Bedford County Sheriff.
Listen in, go to our website, shelbyvillenow.com.
It's a free service.
You can watch that for absolutely free, or not watch it, but listen to it.
That would be nice if you could watch it.
And there's a way, Bo, to get that up as an app. And I don't know how I did it on my phone, but I've got an icon right here. And if you push the button, it pops up.
So if you're saying if they can figure it out, you can put it on your.
Well, I can show them how to do it if they need to ask. And there it is on your phone. You push the play button. And I don't know if anything's on there now, but there's several people listening. And sometimes you'll see 100 people listening, especially if they hear sirens, man, they'll all go. Yeah. So we appreciate everybody tuning into that. And
for sure.
I'm working on, there's probably a sponsor going to come to maybe do a little upgrades on that. And we're looking forward to that.
And so make sure to always check out shelbyvillenow.com. I mean, a lot of people see us on Facebook, but the website has got a lot of information on it.
And Saturday morning, I will have 2 new interviews of Meet the Candidates.
Oh, boy.
One was done today, one more tomorrow. So we'll have those posted hopefully Saturday. So those will be updated every week. Everybody go and check those out because it's a great way to get to know the candidates. It's like meeting them in person.
It is. All
right. But we're going to wind things down. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you all again on Monday.